Greetings, it's me again. We are on what day are we? Day 14. Oh my goodness. We're in our home stretch, the last week of the 21-day challenge. And I hope everything is going well. And if some stuff isn't, no big deal. This is a practice that you continue to do throughout your life. And so if you've adopted some of these habits and they're making subtle, gentle changes, awesome. You can always do more later. So there's no such thing as perfect, so why pretend that you need to do this perfectly? You just need to create balance, and that takes a little finesse, and it takes a lot of willingness to be okay with whatever's going on. Anyway, I'm chilling. I just had a really lovely lunch. I had an awesome massage this morning. I'm hanging out with my little kitty. Let me show you my kitty. Oh, I'll have to do it this way. There's Chauncey. You might be able to hear her purring. She's like 14 years old and she's still just a little love. I think she has Reiki abilities too. When I'm feeling funny, if I've got like, one time I broke my foot and she laid on my foot and purred it back to health. Anyway, I posted a worksheet, just a snapshot of a worksheet that I've used to teach Ayurvedic students. And it's regarding taste. Tastes have those qualities we talked about yesterday. And I'm not going to bore you with all this stuff, but what I do want to leave you with is that we do need all 6 tastes every day to balance our nutrition. It's a really interesting way to think about nutrition. We need sweet, we need sour, we need salty, we need pungent and astringent and bitter. Now, if we are trying to become more catabolic, in other words, if we're trying to shed pounds, we want to lighten up on the sweet and salty. Sweet and salty things have a tendency to make us more anabolic. I'm actually kind of trying to hold this balance for myself where I'm not putting on weight, too much weight, but I'm trying to be anabolic right now. I'm trying to lay down lean tissue. I've had several accidents and my bones and connective tissue and muscle needs to build right now. So I'm doing something a little bit different than you might be. So I'm having more sweet. And what I mean by sweet, obviously this sweet treats, all that gooky, gooey, sweet, sticky stuff is not really what I'm talking about. That's something that we don't want to have or have it very, very rarely. Sweet could be meat. Meat is sweet. Breads are sweet. Potatoes are sweet. If it leaves the sweet taste in your mouth after you've eaten it, it's more subtle than the obvious sweet stuff. And then salty speaks for itself. Salty has us hold on to fluids. Now, that doesn't mean you should have 0 salt, unless your doctor said you should not have any salt. But lighten up on it. Start to pare back on your salt. Resist the temptation to salt your food if you're trying to lose weight. It starts to balance out your taste buds so you don't crave as much stuff. So take a look at the snapshot that I put out there. It's got tons of information in it. If you take a little gander at it and spend 5 minutes with it, it'll make a lot more sense. But you want to incorporate all 6 tastes, ideally at each meal. We already talked about sweet. Sour would be sour stuff, vinegars, lemons, citrus. Sour fruits are sour. Let's see, pungent, garlic, ginger, spicy, like hot, spicy, pungent. That's important to have. You don't need a lot of it, but it's important to have it. Bitter is better. Bitter is the thing that helps to clean our insides. It's the thing that grows in springtime so we can purge all this winter accumulation. Bitter, think in terms of greens and sprouts. They're bitter. Dandelion greens are super bitter. Try it. And astringent is the foods that create this salivation in the back of your mouth. Pomegranates, for example, create that astringent feeling. A salad is really well balanced with the blend of salad dressing. Often you'll have something a little sour, a little salty, a little pungent, a little astringent on top of your bitter greens. And then the sweet could come from either the salad dressing or some other topping. So it's great. You can play with these tastes, and when you're cooking something, just run through the 6 tastes and say, do I have all 6 of them? And it'll start to expand your culinary repertoire. I love teaching cooking classes because, there's basics. It's a fundamental thing. And then once you have those basics down, the variety is infinite. So you can really get creative and have a lot of fun with it. We have a week left. I hope you're still really going for this. I hope that you know that it's cool to reach out and ask for support if you need it. And I want to invite anybody that wants a free session with me to jump on this platform with me. It'll be like a dual screen, and we have a little session together so we can work out some kinks and, take some of this guesswork out of the way. If you're struggling with anything, if you just want clarity around something or confirmation, it doesn't have to be awe-inspiring, but if you are agreeable to jump on and have a session with me in front of everybody else, I know it's a little weird. It can be a little personal, and we don't have to get super personal. But that helps everybody else understand how all of this fits together. So when we can take specific instances and go, let me think. I'm trying to think of an example. Okay. My body feels super dry. Like, this is a recent example. My body feels super dry all over. Well, the root cause was an overabundance of pitta dosha, which is fire. And so we had to cool that fire. And we addressed it through food, through lifestyle, through thoughts and emotions, through a daily practice. And we touched on it from different angles so that it balanced out again. What we don't want to do is overcompensate and put the fire out. And that goes for every single treatment, every single way that we address our health. We want to find that middle place. Anyway, I'd love to interview you if you're into it. And we'll have a really lovely, fun time. And you get some really good support. So step up, be brave, do it, let me know. Okay, I'll talk to you tomorrow.